Okay, so checking out these skylights, looks pretty straightforward. A lot of it looks like just some general deterioration over time. We can tell that from some of the things we're seeing on the roof line with the streaking and that kind of thing, from the algae starting to get onto the roof and the shingles. But a lot of what we're seeing, it looks like just kind of wear and tear around some of these skylights. Some of what's going on this roof, it looks to have some previous damage from possibly some hail. I'm seeing that in a few different areas. So there's a big hail hit. That's a big hail hit, or it looks to be at least. There's some more on this spot. There's some more. There's some more. Those don't look like nail pops or anything mechanical. So I would at least like to talk about that. There's some more here. Just kind of some random spots, kind of wherever we look. But there's definitely some issues as we look down on the roof line here. Looks like maybe somebody was doing a roof rake. Not sure exactly what that is, but that gouge right there, I mean, that alone, you can see it's down to the mat. I mean, right here, I mean, it's bad. I mean, that needs to get tarred or touched up or something. This transition right here is definitely going to be a difficult area. So I mean, all of this right here, with the materials that would have been used more than likely at this timeline, it looks like just a really generic ice and water shield, which is great to see. But you know, what we would use nowadays versus what's underneath here, definitely a lot different as far as protection goes. The field itself looks like it's fine, but certainly the deterioration and the erosion around these skylights is just all around the units. This is definitely one of those situations where, how do we use this room? How do we plan to use this room long-term moving forward? Is worth having that conversation. This will continue to get worse and is something we want to try and get taken care of before it does get to that point. The rest of the roof line, like I say, I mean, you can definitely see the deterioration. There's some fair amount of nail pops. I would definitely like to look at the ventilation in this home and just kind of figure out what's going on there in a few spots, just to make sure that we have the proper airflow that we need to have. It looks to have ridge vent, but you can see some buckling going on the roof. And then again, the amount of nail pops and wear and tear we're seeing on this roof line is really early for a roof like this. So I do think there's some ventilation issues that could be addressed. And you know, again, the substrate material and just the shingle itself, excuse me, obviously broken down, you know, pretty significantly in areas like these. When we can start to see that mat and that fiberglass, I mean, we know we have basically a full exposure down to the substrate. Water is going to find its way right in through those kinds of areas. So this is one that, again, warrants some additional conversation. Oh, we got a football. We'll get back. Hail, hail. Just had a big win last weekend. Nice work. It's another touchdown right there on Notre Dame. So let me know if you have any questions. But again, when we start to see this algae and the leaves and everything starting to build up in these areas, there's products now we can put in place and eliminate a lot of this. Metal valleys, upgraded ice and water shield. That will give us the peace of mind and the comfort of knowing where we're at with things. And then again, this area, these courses on the backside here, with the exposure that they have, there's definitely a conversation to be had about the best steps to move forward with. And we can kind of just go over those as we get to that point. So overall, again, some more questions and answers, unfortunately, but I think we've got a good assessment of where we're at with things and can kind of handle things from there.